12:20 p.m.
This is Big Brother. Would Andrew come to the dining?
Today, housemates will nominate.
I've always liked you, Andrew, right from the start.
New housemates Andrew, Rachel and Keely will nominate for the first time.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Big Brother.
Please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
My first nomination is Corin. All of the conversations we've had are quite shallow. We just speak about things that don't interest me at all. And when I came into the house, she made me feel quite uncomfortable because every 5 minutes she'd come up to me and she'd ask me if I was buzzing. She'd go, "Are you buzzing, Andrew?" And that sort of question, you have to really answer yes. I mean, she can't go, "Oh, Andrew, are you buzzing?" I say no. My second nomination is Rachel. Firstly, her voice is very, very loud. When I try to sleep, I can still hear her shouting about things. I think at 3 a.m. last night she was shouting out about 0845 numbers. Why wake me up for that, you know?
I think for my first nomination this cloudy morning, I'm going to go for John James. A couple of times last week, he got incredibly aggressive and sort of angry with me because I held a different view to him over the whole team spirit thing. He takes that very much to heart and almost gets personally offended by that view, which means that he retaliates against me, but I've also seen him do it with other people as well. My second nomination is Steve, the Baron and Gill. His snoring has got significantly worse over the past week. It's got so worse that I've in fact had to change beds and go to the other side of the room. And for someone who, like John, prides himself very much on being the team player, it's all about the team, it's all about the group. Why does that not transpire to his sleeping habits? You know, I think his wife deserves a medal. I would divorce him if I had to sleep next to him each night.
Hello, Kiva. Last night at 12:54 a.m, you said the following. Put me up tomorrow. Put me up. I'm cool with that. I want to be up. I'm happy to go. As you know, it is against the Big Brother rules for housemates to discuss their nominations with each other.
Okay.
This includes asking your fellow housemates to nominate you or intimating that fellow housemates should nominate you. Kiva, as you have broken this rule, you will not be allowed to nominate this week.
Okay, that's fine.
My first nomination is for Kiva. Sometimes her attitude towards people brings the group dynamics down. She just brings a bit of a negative aroma, oh, everything's every day's a drag kind of thing. I just don't like it.
Please could you give the name of your second nomination?
Rachel. In the morning time or late of an evening time, she's really loud in the bedroom. I know she's excited because she's only been here for a week, but it's I just think just whisper a bit and stuff, and it's not that it's not been brought up, because it has been brought up. So for that reason, I'm going to say Rachel.
Well, my first nomination this week is going to be Kiva. I think we're probably as close now as we're ever going to be, and yet even though I feel really close to her and I'm having fun at times being around her, I'm a little bit concerned. There was an incident this week where we were going to see how many Big Brother people we could fit in the bathtub, and then Kiva comes walking in with just a shirt on with the buttons undone, and she was a little bit exposed. And as soon as I saw her coming in, I jumped out of the bath, because obviously I didn't want to be seen in any compromising sort of position. At times what she considers to be fun can actually be quite destructive fun, rather than what I would consider to be edifying, encouraging fun, and innocent fun. I think my second nomination will be Keely. I think from the time Keely came in, there's a strong element of competition, and which I think at times could border on control and manipulation. I just think the longer Keely's here, I think that side of her personality will come out more and more. And I think probably over time she would try and sort of usurp an authority which she hasn't been given. But the reality of it is, you know, it's like we're all equal in here.
First, I'm going to nominate Keely. Mainly just first impression stick, and when she first came into the house, she hadn't even been in here 30 seconds, and she came in and told us that we needed to tidy up the house, that I needed to smile more, and that Benny needed a haircut. And since then, she's sort of just been a bit bossy around the house. And for someone who's just a 5-minute wonder, she's come in here and she's thinks that she's queen of the house. Comes in here and sticks her 2 cents in. She can take her 2 cents, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways and stick it straight up her ass as far as I'm concerned. For the second nomination, I'm gonna have to go with Corin because she sings too loud. At times, like when people are sleeping or whatever, or if people are, or if you can see that there's someone's having a rough time, it's not always good to have someone singing at the top of their lungs. Sometimes it's comforting, sometimes it's not.
First nomination is going to be Kiva. There's so many reasons. I feel a bit let down with the whole situation with John James and all that. She's so negative about everything. Is constantly having a bitch about someone or can't stand someone, and I think Kiva's sense of humour is quite she thinks it's funny to be a bit of a cow. Like when you tell your mate that, you know, you've got feelings for somebody and you really like them, you don't expect them then to, do you know what I mean, be jumping on them with hardly anything on and offering your bed to them.
JC, please could you give the name of your second nomination?
Oh yeah, Dave. I walked in the kitchen one morning, and then he goes to me, and I said, oh God, I'm having a bad day, you know, I feel really big today and all that. And he went, my wife's a size 14, she don't look fat. He said, why don't you get down to a size 14? What are you, an 18? And after I told him I was having a really shit day, like a really rubbish day, he went and bloody said that. Made me feel like I was even having a worse day than I already was.
First nomination is Kiva. I don't know whether she does it intentionally or not, but she's quite ignorant. The other night, when Ben was trying to get some sleep, he literally got up and was like telling her, please can I get some sleep, and his reasons. She just laughed in his face, and I just think that's really ignorant. And then also when she was jumping around with her boobs out the other night, she didn't take Dave into consideration. I just thought that was quite ignorant as well, so just makes me a bit wary. My second nomination is John James. He's just Mr. Dramatic with absolutely everything. No need to be like that. It's like a dog with a bone. He just don't give up, and I just think it's just Mr. Dramatic all the time. He just needs to chill out. Not chill out, just lighten up.
Okay, my first nomination is going to be Josie. This whole scenario between herself, John, and Kiva, I thought it was kind of like a joke at first, but now Josie's like, I can tell she's going out of her way to avoid Kiva, and I just think, sit down and be friends again, you know, because the awkwardness is over a perceived flirting and jealousy that doesn't really exist on anybody's part in that. My second nomination is again going to be Kiva. I feel Kiva is also avoiding Josie now and not putting in the effort to sort of repatch their friendship. You should never fall out over a boy, so they're being awkward around each other for nothing.
My first nomination, someone that I did love but I don't love anymore, and it's Ben, because of the bed situation. Because I said swap beds because he doesn't like sleeping by the door. But I did say to him, yeah, it might not be a permanent thing. And he was like, oh no, you can have it back, just try it out. And then he didn't even he hasn't really even offered to give me my bed back. That he's not been a very much of a good gentleman and saying, oh, do you want your bed back? And this morning I had such a headache, and he didn't even say, oh, why have you got a headache? You know why he didn't say that? Because he knew I would have said, because of your bed, and then he would have felt like, you know. So that's my first nomination. My second nomination is for Kiva. She's a very flirty person, which is always good in my books, but it's not good if you're flirting with someone hurts someone else's feelings. I kind of thought it was a bit horrible when we all spoke to Josie about her feelings with John. And Josie backed off from John a little bit, but when she backed off, them two were like that. If that was me, I wouldn't like that. It's like a bit nasty, isn't it?